My son was born, Troy. It was just an amazing event, like for most fathers. It changes your lifestyle and your thinking about the future, and so it was a real joy for me. 3 years later, we had Alana, and she had a very different personality than Troy. She was very outgoing and very energetic, but she too loved athletics. Troy was an active little boy, and so when he became around the age of 4 and 5, we started playing baseball and basketball and football and all the sport things that we liked, and going to games together. And she loved Troy, of course, and Troy loved her too. They looked out for each other. They were very, very close and helping each other. We wanted to have more children, and so we were lucky enough to try, and Carmen became pregnant with twins. Carmen took the kids, and I said goodbye to them, and I said at the last minute, I said, make sure you're wearing your helmets, because Alana wanted to ride her bike. About 15 minutes later, the phone rang and it went into the answering machine. A voice was screaming on the other end. There's been an accident, the kids are hurt. I immediately saw Carmen laying in the grass on her back, and I went to her first. I saw Troy. I knew it was extremely bad, and he was bleeding heavily and unconscious. I looked up and I saw Alana maybe about 30 feet away, and she too was laying in the grass. I started to learn about the accident and what had happened.
Son Troy and daughter Elena were no match for the Mercedes that mowed them down just days before Halloween 2003. Jimena Barreto had blacked out behind the wheel, a result of her chronic abuse of prescription pills.
She was a doctor shopper of narcotic pills, particularly Vicodin, a very powerful painkiller narcotic, and she had been receiving thousands of these pills from her HMO, Kaiser Permanente. And some of my own digging into on the prescribing habits by Kaiser Permanente's doctors. And they prescribed what they said was because she asked for it and said she was in pain. I felt that the doctors had to be accountable for their actions and their role in the deaths of my children. There is a law in California called MICRA, which I had never heard of before. And the MICRA law limited the non-economic damages. Most people, I think, don't know there's a law called MICRA and how it limits the ability for people who lose a child or lose a family member to seek accountability and seek some justice. I became victimized twice, not only by losing my children, but denied my rights to justice and the court system to hold these doctors accountable who prescribed all of this medication fraudulently and unethically.